What is up YouTube, it's Kingfisher745, and in this video we're going to take our first look at the lizard in PvP. First though, thank you to Matt Sketches for the awesome graphic, and also a big thank you to Agent Seraph One, who in part helped bring you this video. So let's hear it for him. Now we have some really amazing team-ups coming in the All Hail the King video for Lizard, and since those teams are already reserved, in this one we're going to try out a few different team-ups. The first of which is going to feature Shanna. Now one of the big things that Shanna and the Lizard do share is a poison connection. First, Shanna has Hunter-Gatherer. Reduces incoming damage from poisoned attackers by 20%. Then she also performs a follow-up attack on single target attacks against poisoned targets. Hold on to that for a second though. One thing I wanted to point out about Lizard is when he uses Conduct Experiment, he turns into a Scrapper. And since the enemy agent is an infiltrator, we're going to do that right now. If the agent hadn't been protecting, we could have attacked the Blaster Amazing Spider Girl, gained an extra turn, then conducted our experiment, turning into a Scrapper, and then double attack the enemy agent. It would have been pretty epic, but it is something that the Lizard can do. But just to go back to Shanna for a second, she does cause poison in a few ways, with her ability and also with the Lingering and Powered ISO 8. This grants her Sting. Counterattacks apply poisoned, so she's going to benefit from it and cause it. Then when you come to the Lizard, he also will cause Malignant Poison. This is actually an evolved form of poisoned. It prevents healing while active, and has a chance to spread to nearby allies. So it's pretty impressive. That comes from his level 1 Septic Bite. Now being that that's also a slashing attack, we were able to place the Gamma Blade AISO on it. This means the equipped slashing attack adds radiation exposure. So it's a pretty cool little AISO we were able to use. But moving on to where he exploits poison, it's going to be on his level 9 Rending Slash. It'll basically cause him to deal extra damage against any poisoned target. So there you see some of the benefits from a team up like this, and Shanna's pretty awesome. She does nice damage, counterattacks, and has a big quick action heal due to her special AISO. All in all, I thought it was a solid team up, and this ended up being a pretty impressive win. Right now actually, we're going to take down the enemy agent with the Lizard as soon as he's done attacking. And so we're going to use that level 9. The interesting thing is his follow-up will also be a Rending Slash. So that's actually kind of impressive. Next, the Amazing Spider Girl is going to be preemptively countered because of the covert EISO, and she ends up missing her attack. Then with my agent, we're basically going to do a double heal, starting with the Alluring Light, and then ending with the Light Fantastic. We'll put the spotlight back on Shanna and the Lizard. With Red Hulk up next, Shanna's going to target him, and she needs to do around 6k to take him out. We actually still have our quick action heal, which we didn't even need, but an Off the Vine should do it. Even if it doesn't, since he is poisoned, we're going to do a follow-up with the Spear Vault. So that's the end of Red Hulk. Now we only have 1 round cooldown on Conduct Experiment. That means if the fight did last longer, we could turn back into a Tactician, and then get an extra turn against this Blaster. However, we're going to be able to finish her just by doing our level 1 and following it up with our level 9. So there you have it, Lizard at level 9 and performing pretty well in PvP. He's not overpowered, don't get me wrong. I do think he's fun though. And you could use him if you really wanted to. That's more or less what I'm illustrating. Now this second team up focuses on Exploit Opportunity and Opportunist debuffs. And we happen to be going against a very high health team. So I consider this one quite a test, but I still think we can handle it. After the enemy Kurth uses Fear Me, we're going to go ahead and use Quick Reflexes on our Ant-Man, followed by Greatest Allies as a quick action. That's due to the cooperative AISO. This is pretty incredible, and it's going to put Opportunist debuffs on the enemies, only missing Kurth because it's a ground attack. Then we're going to use Pint-Size Surprise, and it's actually going to be a double shot. and since we have combat reflexes, we can go ahead and attack Beast. So we will get 2 hits with it. Usually they're pretty big, but this guy's defense is incredible. Plus, of course, Kurth's Fear Me doesn't help. Following getting hit by the Grace Note, at least the enemy agent takes some bleed damage. And now we can go ahead and use Smothering Shadow. Against survival training and a crazy defense like this one, debuffs are going to come in very handy, especially dots. So next we'll just disorient them and then recharge. At this point you see Beast has Malignant Poison, so it has spread to him. And he also is going to take a preemptive counter from Ant-Man. Plus an Absorb Energy after he hits our Protect agent. So hey, he's almost at half health. And like I said, it's going to be a long fight, but we can do this. Right now, on the Lizard's turn, we're tempted to use our level 9, but it doesn't look like it's going to do huge damage. So what we're going to do is use our Tail Swipe. This attack applies Hobbled, Fumbling, and Disadvantage to all enemies. So once again, we're valuing those debuffs. Okay, unfortunately, Kurth misses. Plus, because of fumbling, she takes a Septic Bite. So yeah, I'm pretty pleased with how things are going so far, but it would be nice to take down Beast. A Cower proc unfortunately stops our Ant-Man. Once again, we see another preemptive counter, but it's going to make us take Absorb Energy damage. And then the agent hires Colleen Wing, who attacks her own Pestilence Beast. Well, that's definitely a first. I've never seen that before. We have seen the Grace Note though, and because of fumbling, we will counter. Melee attacking that elite EISO wearing Safeguard Bruiser agent isn't exactly what we want to do, but fumbling is still a pretty awesome debuff. After using Alluring Light, we're just going to recharge for now. And then the Horseman of Pestilence takes his dot damage. He will use Momentary Advantage though, which because of disadvantage doesn't give him an extra turn. So once again, you're saying that the Lizard is pretty valuable, even if just for some of his debuffs. Now at this point, we really do want to attack the enemy agent. It just doesn't seem worth it. So ultimately, after some second guessing, we're going to go ahead and recharge. Don't worry, Dr. Connor's day will come. First though, we have to worry about Kurth blowing us up with any runes. But instead she's going to use Love Me on Ant-Man. Now we once again have quick reflexes and greatest allies off of cooldown, so we'll begin by using those, though it won't affect Kurth, and then after that, we're going to go ahead and try to hit her. It is a shame though that she doesn't have opportunist debuffs. Either way, Cower stops it. So now the agent goes back to using the First Blood. It misses and he takes bleed damage. So that's what he gets for having that knife. If you can remember, we never won it, despite trying that entire spec up. But once again, it's going to be back to the dot scene starting with Improbability Field. Then this time on Lizard, we're not passing again. We're going to use his level 9 and hope that we do enough damage. Well, let's not hope we do a lot of damage because we hit our own Ant-Man. Fortunately, he had a shield. Now after Kurth's recharge, we have to do the same on Ant-Man. But at least the agent's finally out of the way. He was basically Agent Buzzkill. He was ruining all of our attacks. Well, this team in general, so we're going to use Smothering Shadow. Then we're just going to end it with an Atom Smasher. Hey, Lizard did okay, he did his part, and we did end up with a pretty solid win. So how about an 80k finish, and that's a non-crit. Moving on to the third and final match. This one's going to be exciting, I promise you. If you stuck around to the end, you won't be disappointed. For our third team up, we're going to use Nova, and we're facing off against a Rocket Raccoon and Spider-Man Noir team. Right out of the gate, they try to interrupt us with a mind control from the Dark Energy Blade. Fortunately, we have the Techno-Organic Endoskeleton, so that's not going to stop us. And then with their attack, they're going to hit twice, but they'll take Absorb Energy times 2. Now just to explain really fast, Lizard's big damage is coming from Exploit Opportunity on his level 9. Nova has a quick action charged Flyby, which has Opportunist, and then his Nova punches Exploit Opportunity. That is, if he has Nova Force Mastery. Just to elaborate about Nova's quick action, it's pretty impressive. He has a black Nova helmet, which causes him to dodge and counter enemy attacks, and he counters with that. So that's right, Opportunist is going to be applied every time. Plus he has an A ISO called the Speeding Augmented ISO 8. This says, charge Flyby gains Afterburners if Nova has both Nova Force Control and Mastery. In other words, he'll gain an extra turn. So for those who don't know, Nova is a solid character. He's actually very good. But here, you're going to see something exceptional. Just watch all these dodges, and then the charge Flyby counters. He's going to make this enemy team wish they never ran Rocket and Spidey Noir. Single-handedly, he's taking down the entire team. And that's without me doing anything. Honestly, they may want to consider stopping their loop. But here comes another Beat It, another dodge, and that's the end of Spider-Man Noir. And the enemy agent's going to get some. Plus, we have the explosive E ISO, so collateral damage procs as well. Following an attack from the Mystic, we're going to go ahead and use our Big Bang Blast. And it's going to be taken by the enemy agent. I was actually hoping we got to see a turn from the Lizard, so I'm glad he's going to get to attack. Still though, I'm sure you can see how this team can be quite good. You got a solid character in the Lizard, and then a sometimes extraordinary hero in Nova. For now, we'll go ahead and add some Septic Bite debuffs, or dots, to the enemy agent. We're talking Malignant Poison, Radiation Exposure, and Bleeds. And after that, he's going to use the Grace Note, but that'll be the final time this enemy team attacks. Our agent's only going to use the Alluring Light, and then possibly the Light Fantastic. That's really all we need him for. We got Nova up next. So, the turn we've been waiting for. We do have that Charge Flyby as a quick action, and we'll use that to take out the enemy agent. It does over 6k. Then, we're going to use Nova Punches on Rocket. This attack is easily going to take him down. And that's going to be it for our third team up. So I hope you enjoyed it. In our next look at him, it'll be an All Hail the King episode, and it's going to feature Exploit Opportunity / Exploit Bleed team ups. So we'll have both of those things in common. Make sure you stay tuned, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Then until next time, good luck, and take care.